Hey guys, good morning. My name is Ariante. If you're watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for us to grow together. Today's video I wanted to make is called Perpetuating Perfection. And I don't know, I just been dealing with myself a lot today, so I wanted to talk with you guys about it because to perpetuate something is to keep something going. To keep it going far longer than it should be going, but nonetheless to keep something going. And perfection is to be free from flaws. So to perpetuate perfection is to keep that idea of perfection going. And a lot of us think that we aren't trying to be perfect because we're just being ourselves. But there is a caveat to that we try to be such the perfect version of us that we're still perpetuating that perfection, even if it's an individualized perfection. So every day I wake up, I know who I am, I know who I'm viewed as, I know how I present, I know how I show up, I know how everyone responds to me. And so when I wake up and I go and I do things, or when I handle situations, I always handle them from the place of who I am, or who I know I am, or who I think I am, you know? And so to perpetuate perfection is me waking up every single day and handling things the way I know that Ariante handles them. And the craziest part about that is that even your own ideas of perfection is a construct that you can't keep up with. And so we make this perfect idea of who we are. Like for me, I make this perfect idea of the perfect Ariante and the perfect way Ariante will respond to things to maintain her persona or maintain who I am with everybody. And I will defend that till the end of the day. And it's not a very great place to be, because the truth is we are all fucked up. Like, we are all here just figuring it out, just trying to be our perfect self every day. But if we can show up and just perpetuate authenticity, not necessarily to us or who we have to be or who we want to be, but to be authentic with the next person and say, hey, like, this isn't the greatest situation. I'm not in the greatest place. I'm not making the best decisions. I'm messing up sometimes. I'm doing great sometimes, but I'm also messing up sometimes. We can start to perpetuate with the people around us that they can show up authentically and not who they present themselves to be in relation to you. So when I come to people now, I realize that there's this idea of me when I go around people and everyone is like, oh, Ariante, she has this light, she shines this way, she's always happy, and da-da-da. And I love that view of myself because it's great, and it's a great view for people to have of you. But if I jump into my ego and try to show up as that happy person all the time, I'm gonna fail every single time, because I am not shining no special than anybody else. I'm just light skinned, and I keep telling people I'm just light skinned, and they keep saying I'm shining. And the truth is the reason that people love me is because I show up with all my shit in my hand, all my bags, all my baggage, and I say, bring yours too. And every interaction that I have with humans, I'm showing up with those bags and I'm saying, bring yours too. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the non-happy stuff. And so it gets misconstrued that, I'm always happy, but the only reason I'm happy is because I'm constantly dealing with my crap. And it shows as this happy person, but I'm just human, and I accept my humanness, and I accept when I'm less than. I accept when I'm not holding up to perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want to come happy all the time, and I don't want people to expect me to show up happy all the time, because then when I show up as my true self, now my love is contingent. Your love of me is contingent. Your want of me around is contingent. And we make contingencies for ourselves, in ourselves, as well as everyone else around us. Everybody has to hold up this idea of perfection or come as this idea of perfect, and that's how we'll give our love, or how we'll give ourselves love, is when we're perfect. But when we're not perfect, then we're beating ourselves up. And the truth is that nobody's coming perfect at all. Everyone's coming as their selves. And if we can truly understand why everyone shows up how they show up, and the underlying feelings with the things they're going through, and how that makes them show up that way, then we can come as our true self too. And when we come into terms with how we're responding to things because how they make us feel too, we can stop showing up as perfect and without flaws or mistakes, because the only way we even got to the person we are now is from all those flaws and mistakes. And so someone showing up with their flaws and mistakes, if we can look at our flaws and mistakes and carry and compare to their flaws and mistakes, we can help other people get through their flaws and mistakes, and other people can help us get through our flaws and mistakes. And there's a beauty and an honor and a growth that comes from letting that perpetual perfection down, like letting go of that image that we have to present, letting go of those flaws that we have to defend. We will defend ourselves to the death of us. I will defend myself to the death of me to make you think that I am worthy to be loved, worthy to be carried, worthy to be around. And I will come and show up all the way 100% flawed and fake and just hold all that in, because I don't want to tell you my shit ain't together right now, or I'm stressed about this or stressed about that, or I don't know how I'm gonna get this taken care of, or I'm not in control in some areas of my life, or I get jealous, or I get insecure. And I'm sitting here posting these videos and they're my own image of perfection. Some I just gotta force myself to post because I'm stuttering, I'm talking crazy, something I said, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way and I'm hoping it doesn't get misunderstood. Or I could just show up and say, I hope that someone gives me the same pass for my inability to hold up perfection standards as I give them when they show up in my presence and I don't hold them to perfection standards. We are perpetuating this image of ourselves that we create inside of ourselves to this whole world. And when we can't hold up to that standard, we are beating ourselves up. We are beating ourselves down. We are stressing. We are getting depressed. And it's all because we're creating this space of who we present and who we really are. When really we just need to find that space in the middle of knowing who we're presenting and who we really are, and being honest and vulnerable with the next person about that. We have to stop holding up these perfection standards, and we're defending a lie. We're defending lies inside of ourselves because we don't want to admit the truth of the stuff that we're really going through, or the things that we are doing that's less than ourselves, or the things that we are doing that are amazing. And I don't want to be perfect. I don't. And I'd rather come to you guys and show you the true me, because all my videos are for myself, and anybody that watches my videos that talks to me knows when I get messed up in life, I come and listen to my own videos, because every single one of my videos are made for me. I didn't make this video because today was a perfect day. I'm making a video on perpetuating perfection because I attempted to do that and I feel shame because somebody read my cards to me, and that's just the truth. And so I make all my videos for myself, and I just hope that someone relates to them, because maybe myself is the same as yourself inside of yourself, and we're all just trying to be perfect or be our true self, or battling that space in between being perfect and being our true self. And sometimes we get down because we're not our best selves, and sometimes we're happy because we are holding up that idea of perfection. And then sometimes we're getting knocked down because we tried to hold up that idea of perfection and we really ain't that idea of perfection. One comparison I always hate, and I don't think I look anything like her, but I think I get it so much because, like the crystals and just my natural type of way. But a lot of people compare me to Janae Aiko, and I don't like being compared to anyone, especially not compared to someone that's in my age range or in the same type of area of interest as me, because there's a whole lot of pain and displeasure and struggle it takes to become the human you are. And I don't like being held up. I think Janae Aiko is absolutely beautiful. I think that her interest and where she lies as a human is absolutely beautiful. But there's pain and stuff that made her that person, just like there's pain and experience that makes me this person. And when we get compared to this idea of perfection, of who someone views us as, it creates standards that we have to live up to. I think Janae Aiko is absolutely gorgeous, but I think there's a lot of shit that I have going on that I don't want to hold up to this image of Janae Aiko that you made in your mind for who Janae Aiko is to you, And that's just perplexion and going down levels of that idea of perfection and holding up some persona. The truth is I don't know who the hell I am. I know who everyone views me as. I know what people want me to show up as. I know how I feel in every moment, and sometimes I try to hide those feelings or bury them deep so that I don't show up as my true authentic self. but I don't want to be perfect. I just want to show up as me every day. I want to be myself. I want to tell you guys when it hurts. I want to tell you guys when I'm ashamed. Tell you guys when I'm embarrassed. Tell you guys when I'm happy. Tell you guys when I'm perfect. Tell you guys when things are great. I just want to be authentically Ariante. I don't want to hold up to any standards. I don't want to be perfect, and it sucks to try to be perfect. Like, it's like that pretty hurts. Not everyone is pretty, but everyone is trying to hold up their own idea of perfect. Like, being perfect hurts, and we just perpetuate it and perpetuate it. And I hope that we can stop and learn to let that guard down and say, listen, this hurts, or I did this and it's embarrassing that I did this because I should not have done this. This is not how I truly felt. Or I said something I shouldn't have said because it's not how I truly felt. And when you can show up with the next person like that, they can be true and authentic with themselves to you. And so I like to cultivate vulnerability in all my relationships. I like for people to show up and say what hurts and what's true. And a lot of people don't like that. Like, I know a lot of people that love to have me around, but they hate when I get in those ways when I really want to ask questions and know the true stuff, because I don't want you to show up to me. I don't want you to show up for me. I want you to be yourself. I had met this chick. She was coming to interview for babysitting my best friend's kids, and it was her and her sister, and her sister had these long red cute braids that I used to wear when I was in high school, but then the other one had on an anime shirt. And I asked her, I said, oh, you like anime? Because now, you know, I always talk about my sister and her love for Asian culture. And I'm like, oh, you like anime? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, do you like Asian culture? And I'm like talking about Asian culture and stuff. And she just looked at me like, and her sister was looking at me like, what the fuck? And then, like, it's like her sister spoke before her and was like, no, that's weird. And it's sad because you can see her sister denying parts of her and she's just following it. But maybe she doesn't have an interest in Asian culture, but how does she know if she doesn't dive all the way into Asian culture? Because there's something that brings you to loving anime. There's something about the Asian culture. You know, a lot of our culture is held in our music and our entertainment and stuff. And so, I don't know. I'm going down on the deep end, but all I'm saying is she would deny herself because her sister doesn't think it's cool. And I'm simply asking, have you seen the rest of what this culture has to offer if you love this part of it this much? Don't deny yourself for me, baby. Show up 100%, because I'm going to show up and tell you the weird things that I like. Shoot, I like chicken oodles and noodles and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and that's horrible. That's a horrible mix. There's so much sodium in oodles and noodles, but I love that pair. I love that combination. And I'm going to tell I just love showing up. Showing up ugly, bold, too strong, weak, embarrassing, shamefully, different. Just showing up as myself and all that encompasses. So can we stop perpetuating perfection? Because what the hell is it? Like, there is no way to be perfect. We're all fucked up. We're all humans just trying, and I just want to be a human trying. So if you're watching this video, I hope the sun is shining. I hope you're having an amazing day. If it's raining, I hope you understand that the rain comes to nourish the soil so that the flowers come when the sun returns. I hope you guys have a great day.